What is up, you bushy boys and girls? Back at it again with another fitness vid. It's your main man Bush talking today about pet peeves when it comes to the gym, things that make me upset or annoying, and people that disgust me. Whether they're stinky or sweaty or smell like spaghetti, these things just make me mad. So before we get into the video of me kind of ranting about things at the gym that don't appeal to me, make sure you are subscribed to the Bushy Army, the Bushy Gang. We're almost at 6.9k subscribers. I guess 7,000 works too. But we're almost to that sloppy milestone that everybody dreams of. Whether it's 6.9, 690,000, 6.9 million, you get it. Means a lot to me if you click that red subscribe button. Also, like the video, comment your favorite exercise, or things that annoy you. Actually, that'd be appropriate for the video. What annoys you when it comes to the gym before I get into my list. Also follow the TikTok, Instagram, quick plug there. Editor Bush, you know what to do. Now we'll get started on this pet peeves list for the gym. So people that don't put their weights away. Yesterday I did my chest and tricep day, and it involves dips. So it's not the regular dips on the pull-up machine or with like the assisted machine thing. It's where the weights are out in front, and it's more of an isolated movement. You can just sit down and your triceps do all the work. You don't really feel it in your chest. So remember how I said dips? Remember when I said how dips weren't a good option when it comes to triceps? I changed my mind. As long as it's isolated, it will be good because it won't hit your chest. Unless you're doing a chest and tricep day, which was my goal, but regardless, there was this behemoth who had 4 plates on each side for the dip machine. And it starts at, I believe, 4 pounds. So, 360. Let me see if that math is right. Yeah, because 180 each side and then the little 4 pounds. Basically, the dude's beast. But he didn't put his weights back, so I start with the plates. He had 4 on each side. For those of you who don't know what a plate is, us gym bros refer to as the magical 45. The biggest weight you can find in your gym, and using that in your exercises kind of symbolizes that you are a goat. 4 aside, and I start with 1, so I had to take off 3 each. And when you're doing that, it's an awkward way to get it off. Get it off the machine. And if you're putting all that weight on, you might as well be courteous to others and put it back. Another thing, remember how I mentioned people are stinky and sweaty? Yeah, I don't want your sweat on my machine. It's been a few times, like on the seated calf raise, there was a dude with a rump that was somehow sweatier than mine. He didn't wipe off his machine. Make sure it's the same thing. Be courteous to others. There's stations with wipes, and then they have like the spray you put on them, or the machine, whatever works. But just be courteous and kind. Make sure to clean your machines, because the next person definitely doesn't want that sweat on their butt as well. So Crunch is very guilty of this. It's a terrible remix music. And I've thought about it, like, does every Crunch, that's a gym I go to, Crunch Fitness. For those of you that may not know, it's a very good bodybuilding gym since it has a lot of machines, and you can isolate a lot of your movements instead of just free weights, which tend to use as stabilizer muscles. And bodybuilders, especially if you're doing like a bro split, like if you're only doing back one day, you don't want your forearms involved as well. With like a row, you could use a machine and use an isolation row to make it easier. With this terrible music, like it'll go from some Michael Jackson stuff to Lil Baby. Like, what? Get rid of that crap. People are wearing headphones anyway. Nobody needs to hear it if their headphones die. Nobody should have to go through that pain. Please and thank you. I mentioned the big behemoth not wiping off his sweat. There was one today with the leg extension. He asked if I could work in with him, and that means you just jump in, do your weights as well, and you trade off who goes with the machine. I was like, no, I'm fine on the weight, and this dude was like 6'4", I'm sure at least like 250 jacked. It's very intimidating. I am jealous of you tall and jacked people, and of course you guys on roids, as it makes naturals feel like they're a pile of crap. Maybe not at the gym when I got my pump, when I got my muscles working going on, but just in general, like, why do you gotta make me feel so dang small? Also, it was earlier this week, I believe on Sunday, that's my back day. I was rowing what am I at now? I'm almost at 2 plates, which would be 225, because the bar is 45 pounds, and then you have 90 aside for 225. But the guy behind me on the deadlift platform that you've seen me and Mary use for our deadlift videos, he was like Olympic lifting, snatching the weight above his head, the exact same weight, if not more. And credit to the guy, but dang, why do you gotta make me feel weak? Like, I can't imagine the people I'm trying to reach out to, the very beginners, because I know most of y'all are gamers on this channel, and it must be very discouraging seeing just beasts of bushes doing so much weight. You're like, wow, I'll never get there. And some people just end their journey because it's a long road. It's a marathon, not a sprint, when it comes to doing a bunch of weight. And as bodybuilders, we really shouldn't be focused on weight. It's really about going to failure because we're just trying to grow the muscles for the gram. I got more pet peeves, I'm sure. For things that have happened to me at the gym, I'm sure I could tell some stories. But that's it for the video, you bushy boys and girls. Thanks for watching as always. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you bushes.